Hey guys, and welcome back to Become a God. Last time we went 4-1 with X-Ged's blue-green jump, had fantastic success on the ladder with it, and I'm going to continue with that deck as I climb towards God rank. Now if we didn't lose that last game, we'd still be on a win streak and so much closer to that God rank. But now we're going to have to work hard again, get those stars, and hopefully if things go well, we can get God rank in this episode. If we don't, I'm not too bothered. You know, I still have a lot of time left in the season to get there. But this blue-green jump seems like a fantastic deck if you would like to climb. So let's get into the matches and see if I can get God rank. Alright guys, into our first match. I'm going to throw these two away. Triton Warrior. Solid opener. Pretty good opener as well. We have a frog bite and on the explore. Fantastic. This is going to be a smog? No, it's going to be a lake, but we get the initiative here with the water elemental. Always want water elemental if you go in second. It's just such a great play. It's just very good in this deck anyway because it allows us to build forests over having to spam lakes from our power wheel. And this deck does require 6 lands to get fully set up. You can play Froggerloo, you can play those Frog Tossers, and you can use your win condition, which is the Acapult. So Water Elemental into a blue-yellow. We had a blue-yellow last time, S of Dawn, piloting that very spicy blue-yellow list, so I'm curious to see what type of list this is. Now, I'm playing a little bit into Aurora here. I think I'm going to do it like this. I was thinking of the Triton Warrior, but I actually changed my mind because if I play Triton Warrior here and jump to this spot on the next play and the Water Elemental comes here, I'm actually in a little bit of trouble because I give initiative to my opponent for the right-hand side, allowing my opponent to decide how combat is going to play out. Could use a combat trick like Aurora or Mirror Phantasm and take value on my Triton Warrior. But actually, if we go for the Octopus here, we say to our opponent, you can collect off this well, but unless you have a power-up or an answer to this Shifting Octopus, I have the option to land up, jump across and kill the Water Elemental. As you can see, my opponent's like, no, I'm not happy with this. He's even willing to Crystal Flower my my Shifting Octopus to make sure this Water Elemental is safe. Right, we're in a very interesting position now because I still want to set up lands. It's awkward because I'd like to just lake here, but I do give my opponent the option to jump down and make an aggressive lake, but it does give me some good defensive options from this position because if my opponent does move here, I can still jump and attack. And I want this spot. I don't think I mind giving this up so much because I want this spot for my jumpers. It's just so good. So let's get that Triton Warrior down and let's pass and see what our opponent gets up to. That Crystal Flower just, it was such a good example of the initiative I was talking about beforehand because my opponent was forced to make that play in order to protect the Water Elemental. Now this is actually pretty good, I think. If I pick up a power-up, I can kill the jumper. Even if I kill the Water Elemental and this dies to the Lore Thief, 2 harvesters are cleared for the price of 1, and I'll take that because this is like 7 Faeria, but the land development, the double collection, and the card draw does offer some kind of value in return in a different resource. So yeah, we'll continue to push lands, and we'll just take the clear on this guy. Get rid of the jump creature and then move on to another warrior. So looking pretty good here. I'm happy with how this match is turning out. This Crystal Flower is slowly breaking. My Octopus is going to break free in a few turns. And that could have some influence on the board in the top hand corner. So if my opponent tries to hide something at the top of value, maybe the creature like Manta Rider, I've got that Frogify in hand ready to work with my Octopus. So I feel like we're in a very, very strong position. And Yakapult next turn, that can come down. I can double collect off the left-hand side. It very much depends how my opponent reacts to this Triton Warrior, this healthy one I've just developed. Maybe double Wind Soldier, maybe double Wind Soldier. Oh, Wind Soldier Soul Drain. That could be a good answer. Twin Soul Spirit, okay. That's not too bad as well. It's going to set up some pressure on the bottom right-hand corner. I'm going to take value on the Lore Thief, for sure. I may even just clear this Spirit, clear the Lore Thief and play Yakapult as a threat, forcing my opponent to have 1 damage in order to clear it. Because if it isn't cleared, I can use the Frogify on the follow-up. Alternatively, I could draw. And maybe set up Yakapult here. Instead, threatening a power-up. Yeah, that's a little better. Because I still collect Faeria if I do it that way. Yeah, let's jump this down. Let's clear this out. I could go for additional value with a Frogify. That's a tricky one. If I've got 2 Frogifys in hand, I don't believe there's going to be many good Frogify targets. Remember last time when my match against S of Dawn, Frogify was kind of meh. But Emperor's Command would be a pretty clean answer. I'm just going to lose everything. So let's go for the Yakapult. Let's just threaten a power-up on this Twin Souls if it decides to go for a clear. And I'm still collecting off this well. We have our Octopus getting free soon. And this could collect Faeria or have a go at board control. Very much depends on what happens next. Alright. Just gonna see what my opponent decides to get up to. Pushing damage here seems a little pointless, really. I like killing the Triton. Killing the Triton just stops me from collecting, which is far more important in this situation. And you just play, if the Twin Soul went for an orb hit there, it just plays into the Yakapult power up, which was a kind of a bluff from me more than anything. Just saying, you know, do you really want to throw away a creature for 4 damage? It's not worth it. It's just not worth it at all. Oh, another Twin Soul Spirits. That's problematic. I need something like Fagoro or Battletoads. Nah, that's not the draw I'm looking for, unfortunately. Again, not the draw I'm looking for. I feel like I just go for Elderwood Embrace as a preemptive power-up just to protect it a little more. And just say to my opponent, I'm gonna kill some of these guys. It's gonna happen. Can go for a 7 damage push and block my Yakapult with the Twin Soul. Forcing my Yakapult to take damage. And also applying that 7 damage, continue the pressure, maybe follow up. If my opponent has a good follow-up play, like a Windstorm Colossus or a Wave Crash Colossus, that would be a really strong way to continue applying pressure and really put the heat on. Going for the little. I like this. It's a very nice move. Oh, Crystal Flower. It's not looking good for me, is it? It was a little unfortunate this match because I didn't pick up Battletoads early. And now I'm just getting smoked. And it's close to lethal. That is a draw. That's a very good draw. Now I'm wondering. I feel like I have to Frogify. I can Frogify one of these targets, and then Frog Tosser it. Probably the Twin Soul. But the Twin Soul, I don't know, because maybe Fagoro's a little better. I do take 8 damage, but at least the Twin Soul trades with the Frog Tosser then. This can still collect. This can still collect. Although if I play it on the well here, if I Frog Tosser the Fagoro, or I Frog Tosser this, Fagoro can collect off this well. And I do have some healing, so I have time. Yeah, let's go for the Fagoro clear. Right, I believe that's the best option. Because if my opponent pushes damage this turn instead of harvesting, I have the option to heal, take the clear on the one. Take clear on one of the Twin Souls. I think the worst thing that can happen right now is another Twin Soul. It's going to be too much for me to handle. It's interesting that we're seeing a lot of decks like this because Mono Red is a deck, and like the Gemshell Tortoise decks are going to punish this really hard with Firestorms. More so with the Gemshell Tortoise deck. It's going to be very, very difficult. Another Crystal Flower. I'm very sorry, Mr. Octopus. You had no chance to play this game. He's not allowed. This is a pretty good draw, to be fair. I get the double collect, and I get to clear one of these. And pass. My opponent's Faeria starved. I have a little more Faeria to work with on the follow-up. I am taking damage. Is it another Twin Soul? Yeah, okay, that's probably just game. I don't see how I come back now. I'd need something spectacular like a Frog Tosser. Yeah. It's a little unfortunate there. My opponent had all the answers. You know, the triple Crystal Flower, the double Twin Soul Spirit. My hand was a lot weaker than my opponent's in that match. You know, I've won these matches before. In S's version, S didn't have the Crystal Flower, which is actually huge because it didn't give me that early play. So the turn 4 or turn 3 actually, Crystal Flower was the beginning of my downfall. I did manage to control the board, but you know, getting that third Crystal Flower is going to steal the game, and a poor start. I did say in the intro to this episode I was hoping to get the God rank, but like I said, I have a lot of time. Let's keep playing, and this deck is starting to look like it could be a problem for blue-green jump. So maybe we'll get some more matchup experience in this episode, and then we can determine how that matchup is for the deck. Alright guys, into another game, and I was talking about blue-yellow, and look who it is, S of Dawn. We might have a run back here in the same matchup we had in the previous episode. I'm sure S would like his revenge. And I said I wanted matchup experience, and it looks like the Lords of Faeria answered my call. And here I am playing S of Dawn. Now S could be playing a different deck, but S... no, I think it's going to be the same deck. Let's say hi to S. Alright, so let's go for the Battletoad. I think Battletoad's a little better here. Plays around Choking Sands. It's not the best Choking... well, actually, it's not a bad Choking Sands target. It's an equal Faeria trade-off, but Water Elemental gets value from its gift effect. This way, like, if this gets soul drained, at least I'm going to have another creature to use later on. It looks like Yellow Tempo, actually, instead of what we thought it might be, which is the deck we played against earlier, which in the previous episode, which was the yellow-blue swarm, I guess you could call it, or flood. Yellow-blue flood. And we'll go for the... yeah, I guess we just put it here, because we actually have a guidance follow-up. It's pretty strong. I don't know, maybe we should have just taken it here anyway. A little vulnerable to Wind Soldier. Is that Manta Rider? Windborne Emissary. This card has definitely picked up in popularity as of recent. I believe it's just because the Manta Rider is quite a, you know, sticky and durable creature that it's going to get this power up. Alright, yeah, we're going to go here with a lake. Always want lakes on wells. That's always the best outcome. Let's collect with this guy because these guys trade. I'm going to move this to the middle for a bit of flexibility. And we're going to frogify this. And just get it out of the way. I don't want to deal with Manta Riders. Manta Riders are an absolute pain. Pain in my backside. And the beauty of this emissary in this position is its ability to fly. It can just move here and collect safely. Unless another flying creature comes down, I'm going to get some great value going forward because I can go forest into guidance and clear. We might see a flash wind come down and just have these two guys trade off, and then this frog can continue to collect on this side. We might see a fanatic move this down to clear the frog, but then I can finish it off with this and play for Goro. So I have a few good options right now. My defensive options are pretty good. Interesting. Come for the neutral here. Into another emissary. Okay. And now they're going to power each other up. So the guidance play doesn't really work out. But it does work out on this side of the board. So I can clear this off. Because now I can jump, guidance, clear, jump, guidance, jump, guidance, trade, jump, guidance, clear. That's going to cost me 4 Faeria. I'm currently on 8. So if I play for Goro, I'm going to have an extra 2 Faeria to work with. So let's do this. We can go for the trade-off, play the Fagoro, get that in. Puts us up to 5. If we draw Elderwood Embrace, we're in a very good position. Frog Tosser, Now I could save the guidance. That is an option. I could just trade these two guys off and then Frog Tosser the top part, keeping my 2 guidance in hand. Guidance could be very useful against this if S has another flyer. But I could also Frog Tosser this side. But if another flyer comes down, I won't be able to Frog Tosser and let it live. So yeah, let's do this. Because we generate an additional... This is actually better. Simply because I generate a harvester here to collect from this well, and I have a harvester down here. So I have the potential to quad collect next turn. Whereas if I went for the guidance line, I would have only kept a frog in this position, which is a bit awkward, and I wouldn't have the collector in this position. Oh, a monk! Very interesting. So I believe this deck's probably running Mistral Guide if it's running monks. Get those flying monks, and they also power up the emissaries. So now we can actually just guidance this, kill the monk, collect off this well. Or not. Wait, what's going on? Flash Salmon! Well, I like that. Very, very smart play. Just using the Flash Salmon to cycle and empower. Very cool. I like that a lot. But we are just taking value with the guidance. I'll take a neutral. Let's take a neutral. Clear this out. Collect off this well. Guidance again. Clear this. So we still retain some harvesters. It's going to be difficult for us to kill both of these. You would need like Soul Drain, Wind Soldier, or Wind Soldier, Soul Drain, and that's going to cost the entire turn. You know, I'm gonna keep initiative because I'll be able to play a creature down first before S can start having an active creature. Flash Salmon's pretty good. It's a pretty good answer. This does stop a bit of collection. +1 into Wind Soldier. Doesn't get to collect off any wells. That works out for me. Unless it's a Flash Wind. Unless we see like Wind Soldier, Flash Wind here to clear. Shaitan Demon. Ninja Toad. If I get to collect, I'm going to take a draw. Into the warrior. Now I am opening myself up to a monk prayer combo, but my opponent doesn't have a lot of cards in hand. S is pretty starved of hand advantage. So if there's specifically monk prayer now, a little disappointing, but I think it's fine. I think we'll be okay. Elderwood Embrace. Pretty good. We have a full clear. 7 Faeria. That's all I need. I get to collect an additional Faeria here. So I'll take a neutral. Take a neutral. I don't want to build a neutral here because it creates good wind soldiers. So I'll just make one here. I get to jump over. Finish this off. Play our friend Ninja Toad. You can jump up into Elderwood. Finish this off. Good board control going on from our side right now. We don't need to push damage. We don't need to apply pressure to the orb. We're just trying to make sure that S can't get back on board and stay on board. This is fine for us because we're still collecting, and I can just stick a Triton Warrior on this side. So I'm trying to draw towards another Frog Tosser, because Frog Tosser will be one of the cards which will allow me to clear creatures out of reach. So, for example, if a creature was played here or here, Frog Tosser would be a perfect answer to that. Goes for a monk. See if there's a prayer. Yep, there is a prayer. Good way for S to get some resources back. Might see another Mistral Guide come down. Which is fine, because we can just Elderwood this and clear. And this has even more life and even more annoying to deal with. Because I want to start double collecting. Yeah, we're gonna go for the Elderwood. And we can +1 into a jumper on this side. Try collecting puts us in a very good position. Triton Warrior on the right hand side. Just going to keep collecting, keep causing problems for our opponent. Frog Tosser's just a glorified defender now. He's just sitting there, getting those power-ups, staying healthy, making sure we can deal with anything S throws our way. Thinking about next turn, Water Elemental is going to be pretty good because I can Water Elemental like here and then make a lake, move this onto this tile so it can challenge the Mistral Guide. I'll move this up here, and then I could think about maybe pushing Frog Tosser onto this land here. So we'll take the Guidance. We'll finish this off with the Guidance. And we'll go for the Water Elemental play like we just discussed. But I can now play it on this land because it can replace the Triton Warrior, and Triton Warrior can take a more aggressive line. Let's move this here, +1 into the power-up. I do miss a Faeria, but I do keep board control. I have a lot of creatures on board now. And I'm now threatening quad collection once again while my opponent is still being bullied into that one corner. Maybe a Wind Soldier? Flash Salmon. Oh, Flash Salmon. Flash Salmon's been really strong for S in this match. Still doesn't solve the problem of the Water Elemental double collecting next turn. Mistral Guide moving into a safer position. Mistral Guide hasn't had the opportunity to do anything of any real value yet. We might see that on the follow-up play. We might see S play something now on Mistral Guide and get to dash into a more favorable position. Is it going anywhere? No, it's just going to stay there. Frog Tosser, okay. Frog Tosser's pretty good here. Frogify is pretty good as well. Yeah, let's Frogify. Yeah, we're gonna Frogify. I'm not sure if there's any Colossus in this deck. I don't think so. I think the top end is going to be Manta Rider. Maybe Champions, because we haven't seen a tremendous amount of events. It's mainly been like Flash Salmons, Wind Soldiers. There's been a couple of Soul Drains. But I can't say that. I mean, there's Kaleem's Prayer, so there is a potential for Colossus. But right now, Colossus isn't much of a threat unless there's 8-4 Frog Tosser gets cleared. So this 8-4 Frog Tosser is holding the line for us as far as the Colossus is concerned. Not a threat at all. So I'd rather just eliminate the value of Manta Rider while I'm still in this really strong position. And I moved this to the left-hand side to dodge the Mistral Guide, because this is going to collect anyway. And whereas this moves straight up, because I was trying to avoid this collecting. So now we're going to see this dash over, take a collection here, clear the Water Elemental, and probably jump into double collection position. But we do have the Frog Tosser waiting in the wings, ready to take it out. Oh, that's interesting. He might dash this down, but it does move into range. I don't like a dash there. So yeah, we just take Frog Tosser. I think we can even clear this. We could even Aurora. No, we don't have enough for Aurora. We could Frog Tosser this. I want to Frog Tosser this because this threatens double collection, which will leave me on 2 Faeria. So not a lot to work with. I could even just jump down and collect, because I'm not stopping collection anyway. Go up to 8 +1 into Battletoads. This is happening. 100%. Yeah, I prefer this. This is where I fill up the board and still make it very awkward, because killing the emissary doesn't change anything in forms of collection. If the emissary just runs into my shifting octopus, which I expect it probably will, I would have missed a collection. And setting up the Battletoads also makes Aurora much stronger on the follow-up play, because now I have 3 frogs with jump on the board, which can become 6/6s, and you know, becoming a 6/6 could be a huge for this. Could be absolutely huge. Gets that extra collection. I like it. Soul Drain, protecting this guy. Alright, so what's next? Probably just move up like this. And move this across. Double neutral. Get this into double collection. Get the Yakapult down. So win condition set up. I can now Aurora Yakapult if I want to push 6 damage. It's not going to be too important. We're just trying to starve S out. He's only got 6 cards left in his deck. We still have another Yakapult, which could be very good on a position like this, or here, to stop S from collecting Faeria. Crystal Guide moves. Deciding where this Fanatic's gonna go. We still have another Frog Tosser in deck as well. Frog Tosser would be a fantastic draw. Wind Soldier. Dashing down. Gets an extra collection. I like it. Stopping us from double collecting. Okay, so we can take a draw because we really, really want to find that Frog Tosser. Fantastic. Collect. Collect. We could shift an Octopus instead into a Taunt. Into Battletoads again. And apply pressure to this guide. Yeah, I'm gonna keep the Frog Tosser. Let's just keep it, just in case. We're not losing. We're really far ahead in this match anyway. So let's just continue to put more creatures down on board. We'll use the Octopus here to taunt it up. Make sure it can't collect. And then we have the Frog Tosser, just in case things get a little hairy. It's pretty cool to see mono yellow flyers being played at such a high level by S. And there we have it, winner winner. Feels good, guys. So now we've recovered from that first loss at the start of the episode, feeling good. You know, had a very strong board control game. These are the matches I like. These are the matches I enjoy, where we're just both fighting for board control, both fighting for those wells. And I feel this deck does a very good job at doing that, with the way it kind of swarms, but also with the Frog Tossers and the other very strong cards like Triton Warrior, which can move around the board. Anyway, that concludes the second game. We've taken a win. Let's keep going.
The homing dash there. Okay, able to read it with the D2H. Honest fight from here on out, though. Dropped it.
Alright guys, another match. Go in second with the Water Elemental. The blessings of the Water Elemental on second. Don't mind keeping Frogify, actually. We can get to 3 legs very easily and it can help us in specific matchups. Let's just throw away the guidance and hopefully we pick up a Triton Warrior. I was just about to say it and Triton Warrior shows up. I believe the frogs and the Tritons like me. They keep giving me good hands. I always seem to do pretty well with anything jump based. You know, me and Aurora, we go way back. We have tea parties and all that. So she gives me good hands. Battletoads, Battle of Jumpers. Let's go. We can now split to the other side. Start collecting off both wells. So if we get punished by, like, Empress Command now, it's not too bad. Because my opponent will have to double neutral. So it could like double neutral, jump down, jump, Emperor's Command clear, but I can still jump up and finish this off. And I have the Elderwood Embrace in hand ready. If I need to boost some power, because, I don't know, if something could show up, that could be a problem. So I feel like we're in a very good position here. The Water Elemental starts so good. Very, very strong. Goes for the double neutral. Okay. What are we going to see? Emperor's Command, like I said. Takes the trade. Takes the clear, not the trade. I wanted another Triton Warrior there, but we can't have everything we want. Well, sometimes I get everything I want when I play, but shh, it's okay. Don't worry about it. I feel we just take Elderwood. Take a Forest here. Go for the Elderwood. Push this up to a 6/6. I took the Forest here because I want this spot to be a lake. I always want lakes here. I will do my best to get lakes on these well spots. Sets up good comeback. It sets up a good comeback mechanic with Battletoads. If you ever lose board and you can set up 2 Battletoads in good positions, you could actually come straight back into a game because they can double collect with that jump mechanic. And we get punished by Frogify. But I'm forcing my opponent to have it. Yep, has the Frogify. Takes the Triton Warrior. In a more aggressive position. So now we can take our own Triton Warrior, but on the opposite side. The Triton jumps up to double collect now and nothing gets played here. Might see a Mystic Beast, but if never gets played, I do have the opportunity to set up an early Yakapult, which can really help in controlling the left side. But it very much depends on what my opponent does next. And even though the Frogify looked a bit sad, I was actually at a Faeria advantage with the trade-off because I invested 3 Faeria into the Elderwood, while my opponent only invested 4 Faeria to Frogify. Now the Battletoads already get kind of value that I can't avoid anyway, but I think I'm completely happy with that, if I'm honest, because the Faeria trade-off worked off in my favor, and like I said, I was forcing my opponent to have that answer, to have the Aurora, to have the Frogify. If my opponent didn't have it, I would have been in a very good position if that 6/6 stuck around. Battletoads, okay. This is where Yakapult gets a little dangerous. I want to take double neutral instead. I'm going to take the double neutral and set up my own Battletoads. We'll gear towards the Yakapult and I can set it up in a safe position. I'm just kind of matching my opponent's plays right now. The big question is, what is the win condition of this blue jump? Is it Dream Reaver? Is it going to be Wave Crash Colossus? If it's Wave Crash Colossus, we might see Mystic Beast. This frog might take the opportunity now to jump down onto my lake, play an aggressive lake in the bottom left, which sets up a very good Mystic Beast spot, but also sets up a very good Wave Crash Colossus spot. So yeah, it very much depends on what the win condition is. We've seen double neutral. We see a lake, and we've seen double neutral again, so I'm inclined to believe that this isn't a Dream Reaver build. It's more of a Wave Crash build, or maybe some win condition that hasn't been discovered yet. Maybe we'll see a new version of Blue Jump. Who knows? Is that Aurora? Yeah. So my opponent had both Aurora and Frogify very early. I'm going to give some pretty good early game pressure. Where's this frog going? Will it clear my frog? I quite like that, actually. I like the 2/2 jumping over and just taking out my central Battletoad. Go to the more defensive play. Oh, just gonna leave it there. Okay. So I can clear this out. I'm whipping my draws. I don't want to set up. Or maybe I do. Maybe I do want to set up the Acapult this turn. Set it up in this corner. It's vulnerable to a turn on this, so if my opponent draws Phantasm or Colossus, I'm just going to lose my Acapult. So not a great idea, actually. Let's take a draw. Interesting. Alright. Let's move this out of range. Come on, Frog Tosser. I need you right now. Frog Tosser is going to help me get back in the match. Because I'm getting bullied into one corner right now, and I don't want that. Or Aurora would be fine as well. I'll take Aurora. I have Overgrown Tower Frogify on the follow-up. So if the Triton Warrior does go in for damage, I have that option. But it very much depends what happens to my little frog. If my little frog gets answered, it's going to be more difficult to get back in this match. Right, hits me for 4, takes an aggressive lake into the Colossus. Right, so Colossus is the win condition. This Triton, sorry, not Triton, this Gabrian should move here, I think. Because if it gets the... Yeah, if it gets the turn, it can push damage. Yeah, I like it. Good positional play there from my opponent. Woo! We got the Frog Tosser. Okay, 5. I have enough as well. 11 Faeria. That's all I need to pull off the magic. Stick this lake here. Well, I sort of have the magic. Frog Tosser this. We still got work to do, guys. We still got a lot of work to do. But this is definitely the start of a comeback. It depends what the Colossus decides to do. Like if the Colossus takes value on the Frog Tosser by clearing it out, and then the 4/2 clears out my other frog, or that gets Emperor's Command, I'm in a much worse position. But if the Colossus pushes damage, it puts me in a much better position. But my opponent, if he has another Colossus in hand, could go for the damage and play another Colossus in hopes that I can't answer it, which I will be able to depending on what the Gabrian decides to get up to. So I'm still in a reactive position, which is something I definitely don't want. But things would go back into my favor if my opponent goes for damage over board control. That's going to be... I feel it's going to be the decider of this game. It's very much... The ball's very much in my opponent's side of the court. Let's see what he does with it. Commander. Okay. Draw. Doesn't turn. So went for the value on the double commander there, trying to get them both to turn in one go. Goes face. Goes face. That's exactly what I wanted to see. Puts me in a very good position going forward. Yeah, that's great. So now I can, let's see. So this can collect, trade. This can get frogified. I can then use the Overgrown Tower to clear this out, keeping this alive, and then just finish this off. So yeah, very, very good position for us right now. Overgrown Tower really helping with these Frogifies. Good inclusion by Xged. I really like this card. I don't think you want too many of them, but just the one, when it shows up and you have those Froggerfies in hand, it really helps. This is why I see another Colossus. I'm just like, oh no. How do I deal with this? Another Colossus would probably just kill me. But I'm playing around. I'm playing the game like the other Colossus doesn't exist, because if I feel if I went for a more conservative play on my removal, like not using a Frogify and just taking all the clears. Yeah, I guess that would have been better actually. Maybe I should have done that instead. Could I have done that? No, I would have left something alive, right? Hard to say. Come on, Frog Tosser. Give me another one. One more. That's all I ask for. Oh, that's pretty good. Let's take a draw. Oh, there's another Frogify at least. Got healing now. I can keep this alive. See, I have an interesting decision now, because I can keep this alive with the guidance, take out the double collector, keeping a collector of my own. And then I could play, say, Yakapult, but I die to Phantasm. Now, alternatively, I could clear this and heal, and then play Yakapult. But I don't. I'm on free. I'm Faeria Star for the next turn. All right, I'm gonna take the risky line. I'm not gonna play around Phantasm. But surely my opponent runs free Phantasm with the commanders in deck. Okay. Maybe we don't. But if my opponent has Phantasm anyway, if I heal, he just clears my Yakapult, and I probably lose anyway. So let's take this line. This has the best chance of me actually getting anything done on the following turn. Because I lose to Phantasm regardless. It doesn't matter. If I clear, I'm still gonna lose to it. I guess I could power this up, but how do I don't know. I guess I could power it up. Yeah, that's just a Phantasm. Maybe I did have to clear. Maybe I was greedy there. Because I can still power this up to a 3/6 and the Phantasm can't clear it. But my opponent could just jump here, make a Phantasm there. Oh, maybe not. Maybe. Oh, maybe. That's a tough one. That's a really tough one. What do you guys think? Leave a comment below. Should I have went for the heal play, the play around the Phantasm, and then just powered up the Yakapult, and then try and gear towards a Frogify play next turn? Because let's just say, for example, Phantasm comes here, hits me for 5. I have 5 life left. I +1 Frogify, hit this, gain a 2/2. Because, oh, this can still jump. So this can still jump across and play Phantasm here. That works for me. Okay, I'm still in this game, guys. Still in the game. Feels good. Let's take +1. Let's get some Faeria. And I can set up a 7/3 Octopus on this tile, which can challenge the next Colossus that comes down. Unless a Colossus just comes down now, and then I'm in trouble. Ancient Herald, that's a troublemaker. I can taunt it up. I have the option to taunt it, which is pretty good. Let's take a draw. So I lose the Transform. I lose the Frogify. takes a draw. The Yakapult's a pretty good pickup now that I think about it, because let's just say if there's no transform, he clears out my Octopus, then I can finish that off with my Yakapult, and then I can play another Yakapult and still be able to apply pressure. Unless I pick up Ninja Toad. If I pick up Ninja Toad, I'm in a good position, very good position. The Lords of Faeria smile upon me. Alright. I need to draw into Guidance. Because then I can buff this and clear this out, and I have a full board clear. Okay, let's draw first. Okay. So this kills this. I can still Ninja Toad, I guess, and just throw free damage at this guy. I was close. I was very close. Can I gain the Faeria? Unless I just Ninja Toad. That's going to cost me 4. 1, 2, Elderwood clear. So I still have a board clear. Because I play this here. Collect. Elderwood. Finish this off. Finish this off. And now I'm threatening quad collection and my opponent is Faeria starved. Now Colossus is still a problem. +1 Colossus would be a huge problem for me. But I can set up an Octopus preemptively, or I can just cover this tile with the Angry Yak. Because this guy can continue to double collect for me. And then I can set up the Yakapult, and then I'm ready. I'm ready to fight on. Whew. I got away with murder this game, guys. I should have been long dead against Blue Jump. He didn't draw the transform effects like the Phantasm or the Frogifiers when needed. So I've been given a second life, an opportunity to continue playing. Now, if I pick up Guidance, I can heal back up to 8, which will be outside range of the Colossus. So that would be my desired next draw, and then I can set up that Yakapult in the center, and then start to chip away at my opponent. What a tense game. Oof. It looks like I was rewarded for the decision I made against the Phantasm play. It's Colossus. Ugh. Oh, it was cost reduced. It was cost reduced by the the healing. Oh my goodness. The healing. It's here. I want to kill this. Oh man. Making life very difficult. I don't think it matters because I can heal and I can stick the Octopus here which can't be moved, and I can jump this down, and I don't believe my opponent has a way to stopping this Ninja Toad finishing this off. So yeah, I go for the collection, I go for the heal just for safety. Safety heal. And then we go for the life and taunt to play around Ninja Toad. Jump this down and we pass. So we're quad collecting at the moment. Next turn we'll go into tri collection because we're going to lose Ninja Toad to the Colossus. But I feel we're in a safe spot. 1 damage is not going to be easy to deal. Shifting Octopus has been fantastic this game. Oh my goodness. Just keeping me alive, keeping me in the match. I don't know. I don't know what to say. What can happen? I don't know the counterplay. There's not really much counterplay. The Yak gives me a lot of insurance on a clear for this. Because even if this was to be Empress commanded, I guess like this needs to die. If this dies, things are a little more hairy going forward. So +1. Frogify, gonna push that 7 damage. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm still double collecting. Aurora. I need to get on this tile so I don't die to Ninja Toad. So let's take the clear. We clear this out. We jump onto this tile. Play the Yakapult. Is that a lake under there? So we can even... I don't believe that is a lake under there. Yes, it is a lake. So we can play the Water Elemental. Do we take a draw? Probably. Okay. Okay. Whew. Lake Ninja Toad. Ninja Toad, Ninja Toad. This can't be cleared. There's no way Ninja Toad can kill me next turn. So I'm going to get this Yakapult down now while I still can. And let's move this into a more defensive position. I guess I could set this up preemptively. Where could Ninja Toad come from? Let's move this. Let's put this here. Playing around a Ninja Toad that doesn't exist, potentially. I don't know. I have no idea if there's a Ninja Toad. I can Aurora this as well. And start really applying some pressure. Getting that damage. But I probably won't. I'll probably shoot this first and Aurora the Yak afterwards. Because this is a higher value target for a Frogify. I think you just move... This is going to die anyway, so you probably just move this here. Or you move this out the way and play a lake in this spot if you have Ninja Toad in your deck. I might have to make special land here for the Shifting Octopus now that I think about it. Alright, well again, ball in the court. I don't know, I'm just gonna wait and see what happens. Moves a lake there to set up a lake here for Ninja Toad, which I can jump on. Okay. Oh, playing around the... I like that. Playing around the Yakapult. That's really cool. Oh, nice play. I like that. Okay. Still feel like we're pretty safe right now. What do I want for Goro to do? Not draw cards. I'm going to play a Crystal Dragon. I get a Crystal Dragon. It's not very often I do this, but fatigue is definitely a consideration of mine at 1 life. So I could play like Crystal Dragon here. It can still get in. I could play it here. This is probably going to move up and double neutral. So I can start getting some Yaks in. And play like, create Crystal Dragon on this tile. I could play it here, actually. I could still do that. Archon. Okay. We can remove that with Aurora. Sunken Tower. More tricks are being played. It's gonna be moved. Okay. So Aurora's got our back here. We can take the Aurora. We can jump this over, double neutral. Shoot first, double neutral. Aurora clear, jump this up, finish off the tower, play the Crystal Dragon. I can even just go for the Elderwood on top of that. If I want to. Keep this alive. Eight. So we have lethal. Now we just have lethal with all of these creatures. So the Acapult, Fagoro, and Water Elemental sets up lethal. Takes a draw. Which means no land can be developed. Yeah, and that is going to be game. Well played. What a match. Oh my goodness. We've had some fantastic matches recently, guys. Oh. Oof. How did I survive? A little bit of unfortunate draws from my opponent towards the end there. Oof, that was a game. That was definitely a game. Well played. Very, very close. Fantastic game. Man, I'm overwhelmed. One life. Krog lives. The immortal King of Faeria lives on, and we still continue our climb to God rank. That wraps up this episode of Become a God. Those last two games took a very long time, so I won't be able to squeeze 5 matches into this episode, but both those matches at the end were absolutely fantastic. It was an absolute pleasure playing them, and I hope you guys enjoyed them as well. I do want to continue playing a blue-green jump going into future episodes. I hope you guys are okay with that. So let's continue our climb, try and get the God rank by the end of next week. If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already, drop a subscribe to keep up to date of when our content goes live. Be sure to check out Will It Work, the new series started on this channel that lets me pilot and build some janky decks. So I have a fun deck in store for you for the next episode, which I've been working on. It's been quite difficult actually, but I've drawn inspiration from some of the Asian players and some of the decks they've been using in the Hex Templar tournament. So it's going to be a tricolor deck with a very spicy win condition. So until next time, guys, take care and continue to enjoy XGed's Blue-Green Jump.